instilled a lot of things in me growing up, and whether it's taking care of your kids or taking care of your cows, which he treats like kids, to now me with wildlife. If you're gonna do something, do it right and put your heart and soul into it and try to make it the best you can.
Chuck killed his first deer when he was 8 years old. And he was going with me hunting before then. That one field down yonder, what I call Chuck's field, killed his first deer in it when he was 8. And I probably started planting it 3 or 4 years before that. And he's now fixing to be 42. So you figure how long we've been planting that one field just for him.
You see them cows, little man? You see them cows? We're gonna be planting plots. We're gonna be eliminating some plots. It's gonna be a good day. Got Tom down from Indiana. Casey's in from Illinois. And it's time to plant my food plot. We got the Firminator, and we're gonna do things a little bit different. Next chance of rain is Monday. We cut the hay off of these food plots about 10 days ago, just got the hay bales moved off of it. We're gonna do something different with the Firminator. We're not going to disc, we're not gonna break it up, just gonna interseed because Daddy likes to cut hay off of it in the off season. So this will be a little different twist on using the Firminator for our food plot. Now, one of the biggest questions that we get, emails and phone calls, is when do I need to put my plot in? When do I need to have my winter grass in? Man, it depends on where you are. In the Midwest, you need to be in August and September. Down here, I've planted as late as November the 15th. I try to hit around that first week of bow season, which is around the 15th to the 20th of October. Weather's cooling off a little bit. You start having some periodic showers. Man, if you go in and put plots in Labor Day weekend like most people do, you're gonna get a little rain. It's gonna get up about that tall, and then either army worms are gonna get it, or it's gonna turn off dry. And the week before the season, everybody's out there with a hand seeder just doing this. Come on, we gotta get some grass, gotta get some grass. Don't waste your time. This is a food plot, but Daddy also uses it as a hay field. So all we're doing is we've got the disc set on a 5-degree angle and just going through, cutting it, fluffing it a little bit. So we're not disturbing Daddy's hay field, but we're putting in a great annual crop, and we'll be able to hunt over it next month. All we're doing is a little bit of disturbance, get a rain. Man, it's the best of both worlds.
We're cutting in about inch and a half deep. Look at this, you got your wheat, your oats, your pea, all dropped in this depression. And then you got, look here, a brassicas laying on top, or an annual clover. So this is the margin of soil in between the two center disc blades. So this is a good example to show how much of the seed's falling. But we're not rolling soil. All we're doing is scuffing and breaking loose a crust. So you got this soil that's falling in between the disc blade pattern. This loose soil has seed in it as well, so the cultipackers are pressing that down. So you're not only going to get germination of the seed in these lines where the disc blades are cutting, but also in between, which is something unique that you won't find in a slit seeder or a no-till. It's kind of got a hybrid effect of the two things working together there.
After we planted my field, we had 4 other plots throughout the property, all with different situations, different soil types, and different conditions that we needed to address. You know, soil condition is what determines planting time. And on this gumbo, old black river bottom soil in Alabama, if it's dry, it's so dry you can't do anything with it. If it's wet, it gums up so bad you can't do anything. We hit this pretty close. typical tillage. All that had been done was bush hog. Water stays on it about half the year, so it's pretty rank conditions. And just depending on how much rainfall we get, this thing can get underwater quite a bit. So rather than going in with some of the premium products like Durana or Patriot, we're just going with a annual blend just in case the water does come up and drown it out. This mixture's got crimson clover, wheat, oats, rye, and Austrian winter peas. Just a really good general all-purpose annual blend. It's got a little bit of everything, early growth, mid-season, and late maturing. It's an outstanding annual plot mixture. You know, every man loves to cut stuff. There's nothing more manly than having an 8-foot extension saw on the bucket of your tractor. So you got all these big oaks that's leaning into the field and taking away the edges, so we're taking the Limbinator and put it on the front bucket of the tractor, and after we got through planting, we went down the edge of it, trim limbs. You know, we've all been there. We've been standing in the bucket of the tractor with a limb saw and somebody running the tractor and us running the saw, and it's just, again, just like food plot blends, we live and learn, and science is out there giving us better things, more tools in our toolbox to use, and this is just another neat little item that we found this year that's going to serve a lot of purposes, from trimming rows to trimming around food plots. You know, this is one of my favorite times of the year. I'm back home, back to my roots, back to the South, where I grew up hunting. It's 2 days before bow season. So we have no opportunity to hunt the food plots, which is okay, because I grew up chasing oak trees. And we're looking for my favorite tree of all, the swamp chestnut oak. Acorns the size of golf balls. And when those things are falling, every deer in the world's coming there. Typically, they always fall the first week to 10 days of November. Guess what? Things are 3 weeks early. Squirrels are starting to cut a few of them out. There's a couple of our early trees that are already dropping. Every one of these leaves under here have been turned up. They're coming in, they're sniffing, they're looking for them. There's deer droppings everywhere. This is it. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? All jokes aside, that's the man right there. Swamp chestnut. That's a little bitty one, the tree that we're going to. It's got them the size of a jawbreaker. Looked like I may have hit her a little bit low, but I was aiming low because Hogs' vitals are low and up front. She was kind of quartering. I know it came out gut, but there's pretty good blood right there. Well, when we started out with this, we said we were going back to the roots, looking at chestnut oak acorns and trying to kill a deer. This is better than killing a deer. We took out a breeding sow. She's bred back with pigs. She only had one pig still with her. This couldn't get any better. What a way to end it. Planting plots, chasing oak trees. Man, that's the way I started hunting. It's awesome.
There's a place I go, tucked back in the pines, where a green field grows, my own little paradise. I'm thankful for this land and the life that it provides. See, the measure of a man is what he leaves behind. Oh, oh, take what you need and pass it on down.
Sometimes you just got to get on old Chucky. Let him loosen up a little bit.
I am what I am. If you sit me down, I'm going to talk like this. In trails, in pine plantations, nothing can be better.
That'd have been good if he hadn't just bulldozed the camera.